Hello, y'all. I'm back. So, come on in. Come on in. I'm getting ready to do another pineapple pound cake my sister requested. I finished my mom's. Well, I didn't finish it. I took it out. It's cooling. But I took that out the oven, and now I'm getting ready to do, for those of you who were not on the last live, I did a pound cake, pineapple pound cake yesterday. That's that. Okay. And my sister is requesting one. So I'm getting ready to get into hers. I've already drained the crushed pineapple. I just put it in a cup. And I'm going to get my sugar and butter mix going. I need my cup. So we're doing 3 cups of sugar and 3.5 sticks of butter. The butter is already melted, so I'm just going to pour that in like that. And start on low, whipping that together. I'm going, I'm going to get 3¼ cups of flour. Bowl. Okay, so we're done with the flour for today. Hey guys, hey. I'm making a pineapple pound cake. My sister wanted one. I made one yesterday, but she wanted one because she's freaking spoiled. And she's my big sister. So what can I do? What can I say? So I'm making, I did one yesterday. That's it. I made one for my house. Pineapple pound cake. And she said, "Oh, sis, make me one." So I'm making it. So, what's up? Derek and Carlos, we have on live right now. Hi, guys. So, I'm just getting ready to do my flour mixture and my salt, which I have in this bowl. And I'm just going to do a teaspoon of the baking powder and an eighth of a teaspoon of regular salt. Regular salt. And that goes in. And I'm just going to speed that up a little bit. I did a live when I did the pineapple cake yesterday. Okay. I did the pineapple cake yesterday, but I don't think I said the ingredients. And listen, y'all, I do not claim to be, tech savvy. When I go on live and people say you can get the ingredients and the description in the bio and all that, I don't know how to do none of that. Okay. Hey D, what's up? So, yeah, I'm gonna try to tell you the measurements as I go, but so 3 cups of sugar, granulated sugar, regular white sugar, 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. You're gonna do a teaspoon or 2 of vanilla. I do 2, and I do 2 of lemon extract. 3 1/2 sticks of butter, and a cup of milk. I think I got everything. And that's it. I use, sometimes I will use a cup of milk, almond milk, but when I'm making a cake for somebody that I'm not real sure, or if I know that they have nut allergies, I have to use whole milk. So that's what I'm using here. Sometimes people share cakes and whatnot, and share slices and give their slices, give people, a taste of their cake, and they may not realize that, they have a nut allergy. So just to be on the safe side for people that may have an allergy, unless I'm doing it just for my house and I know nobody's coming over that has a nut allergy, I just use whole milk just to be on the safe side. Okay? And that's my cup of milk. Now I'm going to start incorporating my eggs. Oh, 5 eggs. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that. So 5 eggs. I put my eggs in a bowl first because if I accidentally drop a shell or something in it, it's easier for me to see it in the bowl as opposed to inside my mix. But that's just my little thing I do to kind of save myself from trying to figure out if I dropped a shell or two in my mix. So I'm adding my eggs one at a time. And I usually wait until my batter is really incorporated, all the dry ingredients, the milk and everything, before I add my extract. But you don't have to wait. Some people do it beforehand, but personal preference. You don't have to. Hey, sis. Yes, I said you're spoiled. I'm doing your cake right now. I'm doing this super quick at work. Lots of vendors. Oh wow. I'm doing this super quick because I'm on gammy duty tonight, so I want to get everything that I need to get done, that I can focus my time with my grandbaby this evening. Yep. So And plus, I still have to fix Sunday dinner. So that's well incorporated, my eggs. So I'm going to just turn it off and do a quick scrape off the sides. You're the best, sis. Thank you, Puddin'. Thank you. What kind of vendors they have? Where are you at? What locate? What you say you're working some type of festival? What kind of festival? Okay, so I'm gonna just add my dry mix a little at a time, alternating it with the milk. Don't make the mistake of putting it in there on high, and then you have milk and flour flying all over the place. Now you can kick it up because it's blended in a little bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna spray my pan. Okay. Turn it down a little bit. Add some more. And repeat. What's for dinner? Whatever that man of mine wants. I think I'm gonna do barbecue chicken, mac and cheese, and some greens. He don't care. Whatever I fix, he'll eat. But I took out some chicken breast. I'll barbecue that probably, and some collards and some mac and cheese. And I already made the cake, so that's it. Oh wait, what you mean for dinner? Are you talking about tonight or tomorrow? I think I just told you what I'm making for Sunday dinner. I don't think I'm cooking tonight. Tonight or tomorrow? Yeah. What festival are you working at? What about cousin Erica? Yeah, that's what I'm fixing for dinner tomorrow. So while I'm mixing that up, because I'm getting ready to incorporate um, this pineapple, and like I did yesterday's cake, I'm going to save some to incorporate into the icing. But I want a nice portion of it into the batter, right? So just scrape down the sides. Periodically, I just go in and scrape down the sides. Make sure that's well. Cultural festival. Okay. Oh yeah, cousin Erica. Yeah, she was on the last live. Yeah. Okay, so all my dry ingredients are in. The last of my milk is going in. Okay, and then I'm going to step that up a notch. Then I'm going to put my vanilla and my um, lemon extract. Now, I did say that I try not to deviate from this 30-something-year-old recipe, probably 60-something years. This recipe is old as me. I don't deviate from it, but the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I've used 2. But in the 20-something years that I've been making it, it hasn't affected it, so I'm adding in my extracts. Get those well incorporated. And then so I'm basically done with all of my vanilla. So I can put those back in my rack. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more scrape down. Make sure all of that flour is in the cake. And then I have batter everywhere, y'all. I'm gonna fork in my pineapple. And it's already been drained because I'm gonna use the pineapple juice along with the powdered sugar to make the icing. Oh my gosh, y'all, the smell is amazing. Okay. So I'm going to let that mix up for a couple seconds. Turn it up a little bit. Is it a lot of people down there, Teresa? I knew about the what else is going on in Baltimore? It was another something going on. Is it a jazz festival? Oh, Charm City Live. That's what it is. Charm City Live. But the weather looks like it's holding up. I don't know if it's been raining on and off. Is it crowded down there? I'm just washing up these few dishes here that I use. Y'all know me. I like to clean as I go when I can. Now, I can only do that when I'm baking and cooking. I can't do that when I'm juicing. This is the only time my batter is going to be lumpy, when I add something to it. But otherwise, it would be smooth. Okay, so I'm going to take off my beater and just make sure I have all, hold on, let me let y'all see. Make sure I have all of my pineapple and as much as I can get off of this beater, because I want all of it in my cake. And sometimes it'll get caught up in the beater itself. So we want to get all of that off, or as much as I can. See how it's a chunk of it kind of hanging on there? So we want that in our cake. All right, so and just so you can see how the crushed pineapple is incorporated in the batter, and trusting when I tell you, it's going to make it super, super moist. Anytime you add, it's been my history, when you add fruit to cake, it makes it super moist. All right, sis, so your cake is getting ready to go into the oven. And I'm going to give it a tap tap. Get all those air bubbles out. And then in the oven she goes on 350. I check it at an hour, Um, but the recipe calls for 1 hour and 15 minutes. But it really just depends on your oven. So there you have it. Because I have a little leftover batter, as I did before, I'm going to put that in a little individual loaf pancakes, and I'll take them to church and just give them away tomorrow. Hang on a second. I don't want to waste batter. That makes no sense. So, just like with the fruit, I said the other day, we don't have time to be throwing away money over here. So, I'm going to spray them. And load them with this extra leftover, I'm going to say extra, but leftover batter. And then we'll have little mini loaf pineapple pound cakes. I'll probably put one of these to the side for my niece. Okay. Oh my goodness, y'all, the pineapple is like that. And just like before, tap, tap, tap. Put it on a cookie sheet. Now, of course, because these are smaller, they're going to cook quicker than the larger cake. So I'll check this within 30 minutes. But I try not to open up my oven too much when I have a cake in there. So about 30 minutes or so, I'll pull them out. And just so y'all can see what it looks like, the small ones look like that. This is the lemon, but I'll be taking those to church. I already have somebody that wanted these. This is my mom's cake. I have to ice in that, and I'm going to do that now because that's cooled down. But other than that, y'all, that's it. I'm going to get my cheese and stuff shredded for my dinner tomorrow. The more I can do the day before, I try to do. But because I'm going to have my grandbaby, I really want to get as much done as I can before she gets here. Cause she likes Gammy's whole attention. Okay. Hey, Cuzzo. So, I just finished putting my sister's pineapple cake. I don't know if I showed you or if you were on the last one, cuz I don't remember, but that's the pineapple pound cake that I made yesterday. And yes, there is a piece missing because I ate it last night. I went to bed and then I was like, man, I really do want to taste that cake. And yes, I did. I got up out the bed and got me 2 scoops of French vanilla ice cream and a slice of that pineapple cake. I did. Y'all saw me on my juicing my juicing video. There's a no judgment zone. We not judging. We ain't here to judge. But I did get up out the bed and eat that cake and some ice cream. So yeah. So I'm just cleaning up because this is the last cake for me for the day. I'm gonna do my mom's icing. My cake. I'm icing her cake. Real quick. But I do that in the sink, and I do that in the sink because on the baking rack, the icing just runs off, right? So I want to get this stuff out of my sink so I can ice in her cake so she can take it back home with her tomorrow. She don't know I'm making it, but she's not on Facebook like that, so she won't see it until I come to church and give it to her when we get ready to leave church. Her and my dad get their little sweet tooth on. So I'm sending her back home with a cake. Okay, so let me just flip that around for a second. So I already have some lemon juice in the bowl. I got my powdered sugar. Yes. Yeah. This container is full with just powdered sugar. I have another one for brown sugar, and I have another one for my regular sugar. My flour, powdered sugar, and brown sugar over on my baker's rack because I do go through it. It may not seem like it, but I just refilled this the other day. I saw that I was getting kind of low. And that's what I was saying about like letting me know ahead of time as far as orders because I got to restock stuff. It's just the way it is. So I'm going to whisk this up. And everybody's consistency is different. I've seen cakes where the icing was kind of translucent, kind of clear. And then I've seen cakes where the icing is white. I've seen cakes where it was like mine is like not real white, but you can see it. So it's really just your preference. What determines that, you ask? I'm glad you asked that question. How much powdered sugar you put in? That's it. Depending on how white you want it, and also your consistency, the thickness, is how much powdered sugar you use. I just added some more, and I'm going to show y'all. It looks like it's not incorporating. I can't do this and hold the phone, but if you can see, it doesn't look like a lot of liquid in there, right? Okay, watch this. The more I mix it and get that sugar combined in with that juice, because you don't want to, I don't like it a lot of juice. I like my icing kind of thick. So now look at it. That's what I want. Okay, so we're done with the icing part. Now I'm just gonna, okay, so I'm telling y'all, I'm being lazy. I have piping bags, but I don't feel like pulling them out. It's a lot. So what I've been doing for the last couple of cakes that I've done, I use a good old quart-size freezer bag. I take the freezer bag, I put it in a cup as my little base, holding it, in place. Okay, I take my mix. I'm sorry if y'all can't see what I'm doing, but let me move some stuff out the way. That'll probably help. I need my powdered sugar, so I'm gonna just set that to the side for right now, because I'm gonna need that for the last pineapple pound cake, sis. Okay, so I'm gonna take my spatula and I'm just gonna pour my icing into this bag. See how the cup helps keep it stabilized? There's no way I could sit this bag on the counter and expect it to stay in place while I do this. So I kind of cheat a little bit. I just use a big cup. Any cup will do. I use a tall cup. Okay. I take my bag up like this. See how easy it comes out the cup? And just lift it out. Some people seal it. I don't. I just grab it up like this. Twist it up a little bit so that hey nephew. I twist it up like this. Let me grab my scissors. Oh, you know what, y'all? I'm moving ahead. I didn't grab my cake. Hold on. I'm gonna do stuff back in the sink. Y'all gotta let me know these things. I just cleaned the dishes up so I could bring the cake in. Okay, hang on. Let me sit that right there for right now. The cooling rack works great for not just cooling my cake, but I can transport it easy. I could have done it also on a cookie sheet, but both my cookie sheets are in the oven. So we'll move y'all over here. Okay, can y'all see? I want y'all to be able to see. If I bend it backwards, you can't see too tough. Hold on, let me see. I'll do it that way. There we go. All right, so now while I was doing that, my icing kind of slid to the top part of the bag, and I want it all at the bottom. So I'm gonna twist it, grab my cooking scissors, and I'm gonna just make a quick little snip, not real big, just enough to get it to come on out like that. That's what I want. And I just keep going around. My Aunt Val likes, I call it the lava middle. She loves the icing in the little hole in the middle because the icing will just build up there and sit there, and she loves it. And I just keep going around so that when you slice this cake, every slice has some icing, whether it's a sliver of cake or a hunk of cake. You got it all covered with icing, like so, like that. I don't want no ball spots on this cake. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna let that sit there for a couple of seconds, a minute or two. Okay, and see how it's draining. I don't want that all over my table, and it's easier for me to just clean my sink as opposed to the table and it's draining all over the place, right? So I made a pineapple cake yesterday, Antonio, a pineapple pound cake. If you can eat pineapples, I got a whole cake. This is for your grandparents to take back home tomorrow. This cake that I just icing is for your grandparents coming up tomorrow. So the other thing I wanted to bring some attention to earlier when I said on my other live, when I said about orders and supplies and, giving me as much notice, this is why I just had to order these more cake boxes, because I looked up and somebody wanted a cake. No, I had to make a cake for homecoming. That's what it was, for church. And I wound up having to take my actual cake pan, because I made 2 cakes. I wound up having to take my cake pan, and I had my last cake box for the other cake. So it's important, and that's probably my fault too, because I usually try to go and every month or so go in and check my inventory of what I have, what I need more of. The other day I was at the grocery store, and I noticed the last time I went to my baker's rack that my powdered sugar was low. So I just picked up a couple bags of powdered sugar, just to top it off. But it's just real important when you know that you want something to try to give that person, a little heads up, and that way they are equipped to do the job that you want to get done. And that goes with anything, not just, baking, anything, truthfully. So this box is for my mom's cake, and then I'll put together another box for my sister's cake. But we got about another hour or so before she even gets in. So, but yeah, it's easy peasy. True story. My cousin Michelle, and no fault of hers, I will say that right out the gate, no fault of hers. She had asked me to make some banana pudding cups. I already had cups that I never used for a previous engagement that never came to pass. And I had already ordered these cups, so I had them. And I think she needed 50. And for whatever reason, it's weird. I still haven't figured out why I only had 47 or 40, whatever it was. I know I was short, right? But that's my fault because I should have checked that before, I said, I can get you 50 cups. She didn't complain. To my knowledge, everything went off without a hitch for her event. But it's little things like that. I don't want that to happen again. Even though it's family, it's unprofessional, and I don't like that. So, and again, I will say it's my fault because I should have checked and counted what I had. And if I needed to order more, then I could have done that. So it just goes back to what I was saying as far as, giving as much notice as possible. And also me holding myself. Hang on for 1 second, so I gotta go grab a piece of tape. Holding myself accountable to making sure that I am aware of what I have, what I don't have. It's just that simple. It's just like going to starting school. You want to make sure you have all of your supplies before, school starts. In college, or going to college, they would, now of course I went to college as an adult. They would give you, what you needed the day you showed up. Or sometimes they would email it, into your school email. But either way, it's your responsibility to be prepared is the bottom line. I'm not going to rant on that. It is what it is. But I like to be prepared. And one of my pet peeves, y'all, I got to say this. One of my pet peeves, oh my goodness, is running out of something while I'm cooking. I don't know about y'all, but that is a major pet peeve of mine. I cannot stand that. I remember one Thanksgiving I was making banana pudding, a huge pan of banana pudding. And I was about a box, maybe about a half a box of vanilla wafers. I say vanilla wafers, but that's not what they're called. They're called vanilla wafers. But I ran out of cookies. I was so upset. Now, you talking about, was it Christmas? I can't remember if it was Christmas or Thanksgiving, but at any rate, it was late at night. And by God's grace, I don't want to say late. I don't want to, like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't late, but I had to literally throw on a tire to go out the house to go to Food Lion to pick up some, or I don't even know what grocery store it was. It could have been Food Lion, but I had to go and get cookies. So now what I learned from that was I'd rather have more than enough than not enough. You ever heard that saying, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it? Yeah, that's my rule of thumb. I'd rather have too much, and I do that too with my bananas. I always have all these bananas left over, and they wind up going bad, and all. So, but again, did my experience teach me something? Yes, absolutely. I bet you I ain't ran out of cookies no more. So, yeah. So I'm going to box up this cake. I let it drip and do what it do. If you were wondering what I needed the tape for, y'all, it was to close up that bottom piece in my box so that flap wasn't actively sticking into the cake. So I'm going to lift it gently off of the baking rack. And what I do, just my thing, when I lift it up, I take a paper towel and I just go around the sides, the edges a little bit and get that excess icing off as much as I can. And then in she goes. My hands are kind of sticky. I'm trying not to put icing all on the outside of the box. There we go. So that's it. That's my mom and daddy cake. And my sister's is going to look just like this once it comes out of the oven. Get it iced. Let it sit for a minute. All done. And that's what it looks like. Boxed up and ready to go. That will get done next. Okay? So guys, listen. That's it. If I do decide to do any more juicing today, I probably will do a little bit. Because I didn't do any plain juice. And since my grandbaby's coming, I want to make sure she has juice. So I will probably do a little bit of juicing in a few. But once I'm done with these cakes. So okay. So cleanup time, guys. Cousin, nephew, sis. I'm going to clean up these dishes, and then I'm going to go have a seat somewhere until this cake comes out the oven. And then, like I said, I'll probably juice a little bit, but not a whole lot. I just want to get enough for my grandbaby to juice. Maybe some watermelon and green apple and grapes or something. But she's going to have fresh juice tonight. And I'll probably send her home with some. Okay, so y'all be safe. Have an amazing rest of your day. Those of you that'll be heading out to do different activities this weekend, please be safe. If you're in your homes, be safe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting my little hobby that I got going on right now. I don't know how long I'll be able to do it, but if God give me the strength to continue to do it, I'm going to do it as long as He give me the strength to do it. If I can do it, I'm going to do it. I think I've said this before. If he bring you to it, he'll bring you through it. Amen. Amen. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I love you. And I will see you soon. Okay? Bye.